morning and a warm welcome to all. I'm Bawani Selvaraj, your moderator for today's webinar, Intercultural Communication. We have two distinguished speakers with us today to discuss the topic at hand. So firstly, let me introduce Madam Shafinah Salleh, who is a senior lecturer at the Academy of Language Studies, UiTM Kedah. She has been with UiTM Kedah since the year 2003. Okay, Madam Shafinah holds a Master's in Science degree specializing in corporate communication from University Putra Malaysia. Her expertise and area of interest include discourse and communication studies as well as applied linguistics. Madam Shafinah has also presented papers in various national and international conferences. So today, we are also privileged and honored to have with us Madam Wunwisa Phunkoom, Vice Director of Language Center, Thepsatri Rajabhat University, Thailand. She was formerly the head of International Relations Department, Thepsatri Rajabhat University. Madam Wunwisa completed her master's degree in teaching English as a foreign language from Thammasat University. She teaches English for secretary and office management, listening and speaking for teachers of English, effective presentation and English, and English for cabin crew. With great pleasure, I would like to welcome Madam Shafinah and Madam Wunwisa. As far as the Q&A session is concerned, please feel free to submit, or to send comments, feedback. Okay, and from time to time, I will check and will inform the presenters for today. Right. Thank you very much, and we hope to have a fruitful session webinar today. Okay, I hand over to Madam Shafinah.
Right, thank you, Madam Bawani. Assalamualaikum, good morning, Sawadika. Selamat pagi to everyone present today. Thank you, Bawani, for a warm and warm welcome introduction. Today is a webinar entitled Intercultural Communication. We're not here to give you a lecture of what is intercultural communication. It is more of sharing experiences. Yeah, Ajahn Wunwisa, we will be sharing our experiences based on what we understand about intercultural communication. Allow me to share the slide. Is it there? Entire screen. Is it there? No? Okay. Share. Right. Okay. So I'm from UiTM Kedah, and with us this morning, beautiful weather today in Sungai Petani, Kedah. We have Ajahn Wunwisa from Thepsatri Rajabhat University. Yeah. Okay, I will start first. Intercultural communication. Before we discuss more about what it is important to know what is intercultural communication to a certain extent. Basically, when we hear the word intercultural communication, majority of us would think that it represents communication between countries, between country A or country B, right? Between Malaysia and Thailand, for example, between Malaysia and Indonesia, for example, or Thailand and Indonesia, between countries, whereby the culture is different, right? Whereby the culture is different. But actually, intercultural communication is not confined to that between two different countries. It could also happen in the same country, just because we are from different ethnic groups. For example, we are located in different places. For example, you're from the big cities and the other person is from a smaller town, or between generations, like between the young and the old. So there is a difference in the culture or between social groups, and this is the adds to the variety of cultural differences. And to be able to embrace intercultural communication means it will create a greater self-awareness about how you communicate with people around you, because we don't live in a vacuum alone. We live with a lot of people. So there is a high tendency of having to tolerate, having to deal with all kinds of people from different backgrounds as well. Now, our session today is divided into three categories, about three categories. And I'll start the first one with language, okay, intercultural communication in terms of language. Now, Malaysia is, no, English in Malaysia is a second language. So majority of Malaysians are able to speak English rather fluently. In schools, we were taught to greet or to ask how the condition of another person by saying, how are you, right? How are you? Or in a less formal English, how has it been, right? But sometimes when we communicate with people from other people, we might get what's up, okay? Now, if you communicate what's up with a fellow Malaysian and you're not Malaysian, there might be a moment of silence because it's not common among Malaysians to use "Hi Shafinah, what's up?" It's rather not common, but it just adds up to the variety. It just adds up to the variety, and we would know how to respond. We do use what's up, as in how are you in Malaysia, but it's more of between the younger generations. Younger generations would be using what's up. Maybe because of the advent of technology, particularly the social media. They have been watching all kinds of movies. You know how information travels faster, so these expressions also reach to them as well. They watch movies as well, all kinds of movies, and this will create awareness or let them know that there's another expression other than how are you. They can ask what's up, but it's not common in Malaysia to ask another person what's up, yeah. Or in Bahasa, in Malay language, if you are in a group and one of you, like myself, I'm from Kedah. Kedah is in the northern state, the northern part of Malaysia, bordering Thailand, okay, bordering Thailand, near to Thailand. And in Kedah, to ask how are you, we say in Malay, apa kabar, but it is not apa kabar. Apa kabar is the formal Malay pronunciation. In Kedah, we would say apa habang, this one, the phonetic symbol at the bottom, apa habang. So the minute if I were in a group of people, and I say apa habang, then everybody would know that, she's from the north. She must be from Kedah or perhaps Perlis, another northern state in Malaysia. So it will tell you that where you are. And it is just a different pronunciation of the word apa kabar, apa habang. But then, other than apa kabar, in the East Coast, I don't really know how to pronounce it. They don't really use apa kabar or apa kabar, apa habang. They use a different version like guana. I'm not someone from the East Coast, so pardon me if my pronunciation is wrong. They have this guana or guana.
Guano.
Is there a question being asked here? I hear another person's
This is
voice.
Aisha from Kelantan. It's guano.
Guano, yeah, okay. Thank you very much, guano. I took it from the internet, so I took it as it is spelled, guano, which actually is how are you or bagaimana, how are you, right? So it's just another form of communication, of asking, how are you, right? So intercultural communication in Malaysia particularly, we practice it all the time because we Malaysians are multiracial. So whether you realize it or not, you are using intercultural communication. And the more you are able to embrace or practice intercultural communication, the high level of tolerance or greater self-awareness you have when you are speaking with people. Okay. Another aspect of language, that is salutation. Okay, I'm giving an example, myself as a female. Okay, myself as a female. So if I'm not married, I would be referred to as Cik, which means Miss Shafinah, Cik Shafinah in Malay, right? And if I'm married, I will be referred to as Puan, which means Mrs. But in Malaysia, we don't call by our father's name. We call as Mrs. Shafinah, Puan Shafinah, right? Or another version, we have ma'am and madam, which is even more commonly used among Malaysians. Madam, man. Yeah. And then if you physically look older in certain parts of Malaysia, you'll be referred to as auntie, auntie. Although you're not related by blood, but it's common to be greeted, to be called as auntie in Malaysia. So don't get offended if somebody calls you auntie. It's just a polite way of speaking that the person is calling you, addressing you, auntie. But sometimes auntie is more used in bigger cities, whereas in rather rural areas, in smaller towns, they might refer to you as machi, 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 which means auntie as well, auntie. We're not blood related, but it's just a salutation of respecting, name calling someone who is, you seem to know that look slightly older than you. So you call auntie Shafinah or machi Shafinah, right? And then in terms of siblings, as a female, if I'm the eldest, I will be referred to as kakak, which is sister in English, kakak. So I'll be kakak Shafinah. So if they don't call me auntie Shafinah, to be on the safe side, they might call me kakak Shafinah, which is also, I'll be happy if the salesperson call me kakak instead of auntie or machi, because then, you know, females, you tend to feel, oh no, I look old already because she's calling me auntie. But anyhow, whether you're being called auntie or kakak, it's a form of addressing you. And if you're the eldest sister, you'll be called Kak Long. Kak Long is a short form. Long is for Sulong. Sulong is the eldest, number one. So Kak Long. And if you're the middle sister, you'll be called Kak Ngah, which is the middle, or Tengah, Kak Ngah. And if you're the smallest, Kak Cik. Then when you grow up and get married and all, you have children, you get married, you as the Kak Long, they change it to Mak Long. Mak Long. So your niece and nephew will call you as Mak Long. And the same goes with the rest. So it becomes Mak Ngah, Mak Cik. Okay, sometimes they have a slightly different version. Instead of Mak Cik, they have Mak Usu, other states, different states will have different busu and all kinds of expressions. Yeah. So this is the different kinds of salutation that we have for females. Okay, females. We have. It is a form of addressing people. And if you're being called as auntie particularly, one of the things that majority of my international friends would react when they meet my children, and automatically my children will call them auntie Wunwisa, auntie. It's not something that you should be offended. It's just a form of greeting. They respect you as someone older. Because in Malaysia, everyone is family. Everyone is family. Let me show you a short video about how everyone is family. This is from an advertisement.
My name is Tim Sharp, and since I arrived in Malaysia, I've been called all sorts of names.
Macam?
Oh, no, it's Tim. Hi, Subang?
Ya, bang.
Oh, no, Subang.
Boleh, bang?
Oh, no, Subang.
Ya, bang.
Đại co, con say. What did he say?
Father, boiling water.
What's matcha?
Brother-in-law.
Huh?
Elder brother?
So you call strangers family?
Yes. If not, we all be strangers.
So I've started some name calling of my own.
Ane,
Roti telur.
nah, mana seorang, ha?
Makcik, berapa ringgit?
RM2 sayang.
It's okay. They don't mind. Auntie, uncle, Josan,
我個後生叫我 auntie，
we're family.
So this is typical of Malaysia, calling everyone like their family members. But of course, in my English class, I would always have to tell my students that if you want to travel abroad, don't be calling people ane acha. You have to take note of where you are, otherwise you might feel offended. But then again, with technology, with social media, some people in other countries know that you're from Malaysia, right? That's why you're calling me sis. That's why you're calling me auntie. Yeah. Next one is expressions. Usually, when you want to when you want to ask someone to go for a drink, we'll say, "Let's have a drink." Right? Let's have a drink. In English, Malay standard, "Jom minum." Let's drink. Yeah. But sometimes you might hear this. Let's have teh tarik. Let's have teh tarik. Or perhaps they drop out the let's have, they put jom teh tarik, jom teh tarik, which does not necessarily mean inviting you for a glass of teh tarik. Teh tarik is full tea, yeah, full tea. You don't necessarily have to order teh tarik. You can have any drink as you please. It's just a way of inviting someone to, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink. So if you hear this, go and have a drink. Right? Go and have a drink. Enjoy a drink. It's very common among Malaysians to call jom teh tarik now. Maybe because most of the time we hang out at mamak restaurant, Indian Muslim restaurant, and it is popularly known, the teh tarik is popularly known. So that is one of the places where many Malaysians go and hang out, because at the mamak restaurant or Indian Muslim restaurant, they often have big screens, and Malaysians love to watch football at mamak restaurant at 2-3 a.m. and they order drinks only. So that could be one of the reasons, right? Food. Sorry, I think the next part comes from Ajahn Wunwisa, right? Yeah, she'll be talking about language from Thai perspective.
Hello, good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. Yeah.
So I'm Anwar from UiTM Malacca.
Yes.
So can I ask you questions?
Yeah, sure.
So, well, what do you understand about high contact culture versus low contact culture? For instance, in this sharing session, I would like to ask you, it could be Americans, people from Europe, people from it could be ASEAN culture.
Mm-hmm.
Malay culture somehow, because American sometimes somehow be straightforward. If they don't like it, they say, I don't like it. I hate you. You see, but Malay culture, ASEAN culture, somehow look like they're very polite, but these people are not genuine. It's more to fake. For instance, they try their best to, they try to be polite, but in the same time, they don't have that kind of intention. For instance, I give you an example. You are not really happy with that guy or in your conversation, but from our culture, we try to please people or just but American look like Europe people look like a bit rude, but they are genuine. So what's your comment about these two keywords here, high contact culture versus low contact culture?
Yeah. All right. This is my personal comment. I didn't graduate with culture and communication, but this is from my personal experience. I did took culture when I was in university with Prof. Sharifah, and during that time, I learned that Malaysians, like you said, we are very polite. We are very, very polite, which could probably be due to us being, the British coming to Malaysia, the Japanese coming. So we have to deal with all kinds of people. So it has shaped the way that we communicate with people, trying to negotiate things, trying to make people understand. And it has made us to be polite, to not seem rude. But to say that it's fake or not, genuine or not, it's a bit gray. I mean, you don't know, but we have that idea that we have to be polite, and that that's why we have the makcik, maklong and whatnot, and the eye contact as well. When we speak to people, we have to lower our gaze, which is also related to religion as well. So that, I guess, shapes the way we behave in communication. Whereas in America, they don't have this much of exposure, invasion from outside. So their experiences would be rather, well, to sort of say, rather limited from us. We have the Americans, we have the British, the Japanese coming to Malaysia. Then we have the what do you call that? Those doing business in Malaysia, or the pedagangs and selling the what do you call that? Rempah ratus tu, all those spices kan. So it has enriched our communication. So I guess because of that has shaped us as well. Yeah.
Madam
I hope-
Shafinah, just a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can see in the comment box, chat
Yeah.
box here, Dr. Angeline would like to respond. Dr. Angeline?
Yeah, Dr. Angeline, silakan. Please, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with Puan Shafinah. Really, it was wonderfully explained. You know, when you talk about high contact and low contact, sometimes I feel that we are privileged, you know, because we've always learned to be kind. We've always learned to be polite, you know.
Yeah.
There are many ways of saying something, you know, and whether it is direct or indirect, you can always say it in a nicer way. And you may encounter people from the West who may not always do that. And I think Puan Shafinah has very well explained the reasons why. It could be due to their lack of exposure to other cultures, but then again, I don't know. And the fact that apart from many cultures that we have here, we are also brought up in a kind of a religious background. You know, we are set against a lot of religious background that most Malaysians, they adhere very closely to their individual religions, you know, and I think that also plays a very important role in the way we communicate, apart from our education system and the fact that we are so intercultural. So I wouldn't go so far to say genuine and ungenuine, as Puan Shafinah very well said. I wouldn't go into that. I would just say whether you want to say it politely, and you can still be polite and firm. He's saying it firmly is also being very polite. All right, it's not being rude. All right, when you have to say something. So I think that would help explain Encik Fahmi's comment, I hope. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Prof,
Thanks.
if you don't
Thanks,
mind.
Dr. Angeline.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have something to add because I one of the student when I'm doing my degree and master in communication. I learned something about cross culture, which is somehow sometimes I agree with Prof and also Puan, Madam, but the problem somehow sometimes the problem with us is try to be transparent, try to learn say no. Don't ever agree everything, yes, but at the end of the day, you feel unhappy, you're not satisfied because you are not genuine. So we supposed to learn that if you cannot make it, then say no. Don't say in front of people, say, yeah, I can make it, I will do it, I agree. But at the back, you condemn and criticize. That is very rude. In Islamic religion or other religion, we learn a lot of things. Be in religion, we're supposed to say the right thing. So if you cannot make it, you say, I'm very sorry, I can't help you. So that is the American culture, which is straightforward. They also have their religions, they also practice their religions, but nothing to do with the religions. The issue is now, why sometimes, like for us, I understand that we polite, all these things, we have our own school of thought, but the problem now is we are not telling the truth. Kita ni macam cuba mengambil hati, tetapi sebenarnya kita berat. Kita tak ikhlas. That is the things that I learned. Other things I would like to share my opinion regarding sometimes with intellectual property, copyright, MIPO. Some terms or terminologies that we use for Indian people, that's very rude, sarcastic. But for Malay, nothing wrong. I give you an example. Paria. Paria is very sensitive for Indian. I myself, my parents are genuine Indian, but Malay people don't understand. For them, there's nothing wrong because the keywords has been set up, written in any syllabus rubric in education, but it's very sensitive for Indians. That's why we have to understand the culture. For Indians, majority of them, they are not happy with that because there is another, kasta, things like that. Another things is about, let's say, when I learn about culture, cross culture in terms of marketing strategy, Japanese
Excuse
culture.
me, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but can we allow the presenters to continue, and then we'll be giving room for Q&A session.
That's great. Thank you. Have a nice
Yeah,
day.
okay. Sorry, we have also Mr. Shazwan. We just let the presenter continue first, and then we'll handle the Q&A. All right, we do have time for that. No worries. We do have time for the Q&A. Okay, sorry. So can we continue with Madam Wunwisa?
Yes. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ka.
Okay. What about this one? Can you see?
Yep, it's clear.
Okay. It's requesting my in here. Okay,ค่ะ. So thank you so much for having me here for this very big event. I am so excited. And as Sister Shafinah talked about like family, actually in Thailand we also have like so we call other people like ones in our family too. For example, normally when I talk to my sister Shafinah, we also say like P or Nong, something like that. P mean younger brother or sister, and Nong mean P means elder brother or sister, and Nong means younger brother or sister. Yes, so we also like things like this in our Thailand. And even though we go to a restaurant and then we have seen that the waitress or the waiter is younger than us, we call her or him Nong, something like that, even though they are not anyone in our family, but we call them P or Nong as well. But what about for the other people who are older than us? Like, we can notice that I think many years older than us, we can call like uncle or aunt too. We are also family in Thailand. Okay, so this is just a little bit thing. I'm not the one who graduated about like cross cultural as well, but I am the native Thai. So I would like to share about like the Thai people, Thailand. Okay, so if you have a chance to visit our country, so
Ajahn Wunwisa ka, your line is breaking.
yes. Okay, so I try to fix it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so if we talk about like greeting, so what will come up in your mind when you meet other people and when you want to greet? What words will you say to that person? You might say like, what? Anyone can help me? It might be like, hello, right? Hi, right? But for Thai people, you might see something like quite different because in Thailand, Thai people concerned about like eating. We might say that because in Thailand, we are very rich about the food, right? So you might hear the word ask you like, have you had right? Have you had right? Why you have to ask me? Actually, it's not, they are not really curious to know. But it's like just only like Thai greeting because they are concerned about you. If you are hungry, you cannot do anything, something like that. So this is just the word for our greeting. Or we ask, where are you going? When you pass by other people, even though in my city, in my house, right? And when I go, I'm driving on the way, and one day I opened my mirror, and I was driving past a person from my village, and you know what happened? She asked me, "Where are you going?" You want to really know where I'm going? Actually, it's not. They don't want to know the real answer, but it's like just only the greeting. So you might so if you come to Thailand, so if you are asked the question like this, so I just want to tell you that, I just want to inform you that we are just greeting you. We would like to talk with you, okay? So but normally we will know that you are foreigners. We should say hello. Yes, but if you are like our close friends, we might use these sentences with you, like where you going, ไปไหน in Thai we say ไปไหน or have you had rice, กินข้าวหรือยัง cow means rice, or this one is quite really strange, have you married yet? You want to know? Why you want to know? I'm single or married, why you want to know? So for this one, for this question is actually for like the person with the same level, we normally don't ask this question, but who asks us will be like the elder persons will ask the younger person, have you married yet? Why they have to ask, like maybe they're concerned, okay, so it's your age to have a family, you should have something like that. Okay, so that's all for the greeting, but actually we have more than this. But I think this point will be something like intercultural, the thing that you might like wonder what happened in here, okay? And normally Thai people, we will end our sentence with the word club and ka. Club is used by male and ka is used by female. So we add this word to make our conversation, to make our sentences more polite. So this about the like politeness. For example, if you want to say, where are you going? In Thai, we will say ไปไหนคะ I will say ไปไหนคะ And have you had rice? กินข้าวหรือยัง I will say to make it polite, more polite. กินข้าวหรือยังคะ Something like this, okay? And in Thailand, we always say thank you. We always say thank you. So I will show you example. I went to a market, I buy food. I gave them my money and they gave me the change and I say thank you. I buy some food, but I say thank you. So what happened? You give them money and you also get the food. Why you have to say thank you? Because it's fair. You get money, I get food. Why you have to say thank you? I don't know. Because we always say thank you all the time, even though it's a little bit thing. But we would like to say, we would like to show our like politeness to everyone, our gratitude for your help for this thing. So we always say ขอบคุณครับ or ขอบคุณค่ะ For the men, they will say ขอบคุณครับ but for the women, we say ขอบคุณค่ะ okay? So this is about the like just a little bit thing about Thai greeting, okay? And if we talk about Thai greeting, it will come up with why. Why this one we call why, but why in Thailand show different levels and different meanings, because we have the way how can we pay respect or why monks, priests or royal family. But the basic thing that you can do is you put your palms, both palms together between your chest like this. Yes, that's right, okay? But how to show the different level of the person we are going to respect? It depends on our fingers. Our finger here, our thumb, yes, and our index finger. This one is the things that show the hierarchy or different level of the person. For example, if like I meet monks, I will do like this, okay? Put our palm together on between our chest, and then your thumb have to like move up, have to raise, and you have to bow together. Do things together, okay? Do things together. Raise your palm, raise your hands, and then you have to bow, and your thumb have to be between these, like this, okay? This one for the monks or for the royal family. So it will be like a little bit higher. Yes, this one. But what about for our for the higher respect person, for example, teachers or parents? Okay, again, our index fingers or our thumb will show the level, will show the differences of respect. Okay, if we are going to why our parents or teacher, okay, your index finger will be between here, like this. The previous one, if we respect the monk, your thumb will be here, your eyebrow. But for the teacher, your index finger will be between your eyebrow like this. Okay. What about for the person with the same level? Very easy one. Okay. Your index finger will be, touch your nose, something like this. Raise and bow and touch your nose with the beautiful smile. Okay, but it's okay for like if we do it like with quick or we do it quickly, it can be like สวัสดีค่ะ 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 something like this. It's okay. Okay, we understand. It's okay because this one will be like just only for Thai. We will know. We will learn this since we were young how to write in Thai. Okay, so and if you have a chance to meet Thai people or if you have a chance to come to Thailand, so don't forget to like say สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีค่ะ and why, okay? So even though, and if you are older and you meet Thai people but they are younger, can I why them? Yes, you can do like just only this. It's enough. สวัสดีค่ะ something like this, okay? สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีค่ะ So this is about Thai greeting. So some teachers here, some lecturers here might visit Thailand, used to visit Thailand many times. So I think this one might not very different, might not like very new for you because we are like just family. We go back and like visit each other for I think many years. Okay,ค่ะ. This is for my part about the greeting in Thailand. So I will return the stage to my sister ค่ะ Shafinah.
Thank you, Ka. I will share the next slide. Yeah, when I was smaller, although I live near the Thai border, but the Y is not common because we don't communicate as often and as close as we are now. Previously, when we communicate, it was just phone calls, which is very expensive. You write letters, which does not convey any expressions other than words. So doing the Y was somehow, I didn't do it. I know I find it weird. I find it, that is not, we cannot do it because exposure. But now with the social media, with lots of TV programs, now we know that there's nothing wrong with doing this. It's just a gesture like, hello,
yes,
how are you?
that's right.
Okay, let's continue to the next one. We have on food. Okay, so we all know that Malaysian, the three major races in Malaysia, Indian, Malay, and Chinese, and then other ethnic groups. Yeah, so it makes up a lot of a variety of food selection in Malaysia. And just now I noticed in the chat box we have lots of foodies here in the group today, in the Google Meet today. Yeah, food is always good. You start a conversation, you can start off with food, right? Yeah. So with regards to food, these are the typical food that sort of like represent the three major races. Yeah, this is just common one, right? Chapati is very much Indian, chicken rice is very much Chinese, and nasi lemak. Okay. Nevertheless, you can go to an Indian restaurant and order chapati. Yeah. You can go to a Chinese restaurant and order chicken rice, even though you're not Chinese, because it is because we communicate, and intercultural communication is also transparent in the food that we eat. When we are able to appreciate the food, then we are doing or practicing intercultural communication. Otherwise, we wouldn't. Okay, but of course, disclaimer lah, if you are Muslims, then you have to choose the halal restaurants lah, right? Okay. Then again, apart from these typical food that represents the three major races, we also have other foods, lots of other foods, and foods that also are available in other countries, particularly tom yum, which is also available in Thailand, right? It originates from Thailand, and of course, we are neighboring countries, so we have the Malaysian version of Thailand. We have satay in Malaysia, we also have satay in Thailand and also Indonesia. Similarly in at rendang, right? These three food here. Now, sometimes when we go to a new place, and we are not adventurous yet, we just arrived, the safest food to order is this food, because you know that tom yum will taste, like tom yum should. It would be like sour, spicy, it's either with chicken or seafood, yeah, or you have satay, this is the safest food. But it is a form of intercultural communication that is appreciated by everyone in Malaysia and in neighboring countries. Yeah, if you see in this picture here, the first one, top left-hand corner, you have a typical view in a mamak restaurant, Indian Muslim restaurant, yeah, and you can see all kinds of people in Malaysia or maybe outsiders as well, enjoying the roti canai, chapati, thosai, roti puri, all kinds, because this is intercultural communication. We appreciate, we enjoy other cultures, different cultures' food, yeah. And here on the top right hand, you see them eating with chopsticks. I don't know how to eat with chopstick, but you see this Malay girl and this Malay guy also eating with chopstick. This is intercultural communication. They are able to appreciate one another, and it is transparent in the food that they eat. So they are able to tolerate, they are able to respect one another. The bottom here, even bigger crowd here, I guess youngsters enjoying fried flat noodle, I think, kway teow, I think. So see how happy they are. Some are eating with fork and spoon, some are with chopstick. So food again. And this one, interestingly, they are raising the glass, which is not typical in Malaysia, but how we have embraced the raising and clicking of glass to celebrate something. It doesn't mean that we're not Malaysian, we're not Muslim. It's just that we celebrate one another. We appreciate the cultural difference, and it's a form of intercultural communication. So yeah, food will always be the easiest or the main topic conversation starter if you are in any country. Now, next, I would like to draw your attention to these food ambassadors, who I have high respect to them, because they are able to show or to practice intercultural communication at their level best and make money out of it, make money out of it. This first person, I believe most of you know, he is an American American. I think he's from Arizona, US, I think, but he's American. He grew up in Italy, he went France, he went to grow up in Congo, he grew up in Kenya. So, and then he has a degree from US. He travels the world. He's married to a Thai, now resides in Thai, but he makes money out of food reviews. And in his food videos or YouTube videos, he's Mark Green, yeah? If you know him, you don't know him, Mark Green, his IG is Migrationology. Anyway, in his video, what is interesting is that every time he does a recording, he would welcome the show how he respects the culture. So if he's in Thailand, he would say Sawadee ka, and every time he finishes, he'll say Khop kun naka, khop kun ma, is it? Thank you very much, something, right? Ajan Wunwisa, right? And if he's in Iran, for example, or in a Muslim country, he would give the salam, assalamu alaikum. So his ability to use those expressions before he starts talking about the food shows or attracts people, draws people to view his video, and he makes money out of it. He lives for food, and how people love to watch the video because the way that he shows respect, the way that he practices intercultural communication draws us to watch the video. So if you haven't watched, or if you don't know him, go and visit his Instagram, his YouTube channel, Mark Ween. There's another food ambassador. He's Canadian, Trevor James, or he is popularly known as the Food Ranger. He is also making money out of talking, yeah, food reviewing. And the way he does it also similar with Mark Ween. He uses language to communicate. So he respects by speaking the area, the language of the area or the place that he's visiting. So if he's in China, he will use Mandarin, or he tries to speak their language. Yeah? He's married to Chinese from China, and he also was recognized as in Shanghai magazines, the 5 China-based YouTubers. So even the people in China have high regards for him. He can represent, or he can talk about Chinese food. So how he is able to communicate, to embrace intercultural communication, make people listen to him, come to his page, and that makes him popular just by practicing intercultural communication, good communication strategy. This is our local Chef One. Chef One started off as an accountant. No? Ends up being a popular, famous celebrity chef. Yeah, he started off as an accountant, and he is the culinary ambassador for tourism, for Astro, for all kinds. But what is interesting here, I would like to highlight, is that if you follow his Instagram, I follow his Instagram. I'm not so sure whether he has a YouTube or not, but he has an Instagram. You'll notice that in his Instagram post, he will use either Malay or English, or a mix of Malay and English, because he knows that his fans, his followers are from all walks of life. So he is able to use all kinds of expressions in his posting to attract people to become his followers, to make him even more popular, right? Even more popular. And the last one is, do you know him? Hiya, his famous expression. His Uncle Roger or Nigel Ng. He's Malaysian, actually. He's Malaysian. I think he's based in London. I'm not so sure where he's based, but he's Malaysian. He's popular for his expression, hiya. He loves to use Cantonese-like accent in his presentation, representing Malaysia. Well, he doesn't actually change the style of language, but he is more of bringing the Cantonese Malaysian identity to the world instead, which again, because of the hiya, it attracts people. So again, It's all about food, right? It's all about food. Okay. So yeah, Ajahn Wunwisa ka. It's your turn about
Okay,
food.
ค่ะ Let me show you Thai food.
Yeah.
Okay, ค่ะ Can you see the screen? Okay, so the presentation one or not? Is the presentation one?
No.
No, not yet.
No,
Mm-mm.
this one, the presentation
Yes,
one,
Uncle
right?
Roger.
Okay. Okay, so let me show you about Thai food. So, if you come to Thailand and you go anywhere in Thailand, in any provinces, north, center, like east or west, you can enjoy Thai food everywhere. So especially we are very famous for the street food, right? So I will show you some of street food. These are the food that you can find everywhere in Thailand and they are very famous for like foreigners. So I will start with the tom yam goong. So if you look at this delicious dish, you can see there are a lot of herbs. Because in like one dish of Thai herbs, it consists of many like ingredients about the herbs. So and for each herb it gives different tastes, so that why in one dish you might like enjoy various tastes of the food. For tom yam goong, so you might see that they are like hot and sour. The taste will be like hot and sour for this one. And let me move on to the very hot and spicy som tam. We call it som tam. It's papaya salad. You see, there are a lot of chilies on this page. So have you ever tried it? Anyone have ever tried it? Papaya salad when you visit Thailand? Yes, very.
We are making them hungry now. It's lunchtime.
It's almost time for lunch. Okay.
อาจารย์ I normally ask for my ส้มตำเผ็ดนิดหน่อยนะคะ
เผ็ดนิดหน่อย only a little chili, right? เผ็ดนิดหน่อยค่ะ
Yeah, then I can eat. Otherwise, I cannot eat because it's extremely spicy for me.
Yes, that's right. Normally, Thai people eat spicy. Thai people eat spicy. Okay. And next, this one is very mild taste. Tom kha gai is chicken in coconut milk. So we can change the meat to like it can be like shrimp or so. You can change chicken to shrimp to make it like more like easy to eat. Okay. So this one, the taste will be like sweet from the coconut milk. And the sour from the tamarind juice. I will make you more hungry. Okay, so next, let me move to the very popular pad Thai. It's Thai style noodles. Okay, so if you come to Thailand, don't miss this one. Don't miss this one. It's very famous and the taste is very easy for everyone to try because it's not too spicy. Why? Because we separate the chili powder beside the dishes. Okay, so if you want to try the hot taste, the spicy one, you can like you can put the chili powder on it. But normally this one we will like Thai people, we will make our food taste sour from the like tamarind and lime. So for pad Thai we use tamarind sauce again to make it sour. And also for the tamarind juice, it will make a little bit sweet, right? So if you like can try. Okay. And next, this one, khao pad. I can remember this one is very like favorite dish for Dr. Wan when he come to Thailand. Khao pad. But the meat can be varied. It can be like chicken, it can be shrimp or beef. Okay. This one is very easy to eat and very easy to find, even though when you're student, exchange student from the UiTM, when they came to Thailand, and I took them to explore Thai culture, and I taught them to, if you want to order Thai food, it's very easy to ask for khao pad it, because it's very easy to eat, and it's very easy to say Thai word, because it's only two words, khao pad, fried rice. Okay, and next, move to the next one. It is stir fried chicken with cashew nut. We call ไก่ผัดเม็ดมะม่วง ไก่ผัดเม็ดมะม่วง The taste is like sweet again and a little bit sour, and we use the sweet chili, so it's not too spicy for this one. And next, the last one that I'm going to show you is green curry chicken, แกงเขียวหวานไก่ แกงเขียวหวานไก่ and we call it the green curry because you see this is coconut milk, but we put like some chili paste, and the chili is green, so it make like the coconut make this color. Okay, make the coconut this color. Okay, these are the Thai food that you can find in every corner, every street, every restaurant in Thailand. And if we talk about Thai food, we normally have like 4 strong tastes. Can you guess what are they? What are the flavor or the taste of Thailand? Yes, sweet, salty, sweet, หวาน In Thailand we call หวาน salty, เค็ม Why is number 3? Number 3 is absent, so we skip to number 4. Number 4, sour, เปรี้ยว we call เปรี้ยว and the last one, spicy, เผ็ด Okay, let me check you. What is it? Okay, if you take a look at the first picture on at the bottom on your left hand, can you tell me what the word in Thai? Can you help me? What the word in Thai? What is the taste of Thailand?
เค็ม
Kem. That's correct. Yes, kem. What about the second one?
Sweet.
หวาน
หวาน Very good. หวาน หวาน Do you like?
Sometimes it gives me
Sometimes.
sauce.
Okay, what about this one?
เปรี้ยว
เปรี้ยว That's correct. เปรี้ยว And the last one is
Pat.
แพท
very good. It's pet. Okay. So these tastes are like very strong taste in Thai food. Okay. So especially in almost every dish in Thailand, you can put chili. Even though for like pad Thai or khao pad, you will see like this very slight pieces of chili, put on your dishes beside on a little corner on your dish. We love chili. And also Thai people love like เปรี้ยว because we have like many different dishes of like salad. We have like papaya salad, fruit salad, many things like grass noodle salad. So every ingredient we can make it salad. So that's why the sour taste we like very strong in those dishes. So from so far, I have a question. Any dishes here that you have ever tried before? The photo that I show you, have you ever tried anything already?
Done.
Sometimes
Try.
already, right?
Yep. All the time. Tom kha khai, tom yum.
Yes.
I'm hungry, Achan. Don't do this.
So let's move this quickly. Okay. So and when we have like exchange student to our country, we normally like set this cultural exchange. It's about the it's about the food exchange. We also do this in our country because in our country the food is very famous. It's very special for us. We would like to share our interest, our interesting things to our friend to other country.
Excuse me, Madam Wunwisa, we have Pak Imam here. He has raised a hand. Pak Imam.
Pak Imam, hello.
Good afternoon, Pak Imam.
Pak Imam, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, raised the hand. Pak Imam, do you have any question? Okay. Yeah, we didn't hear anything from him. It's okay, Madam Wunwisa, you can just proceed.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, So I always say at the end of of my sentence. So sometimes I try to put it off. I try to cut it out. But it's like automatic thing that I normally do. So let me share you one thing is about the culture. Almost every time right now when I talk to my foreign friends, even though it's quite formal or informal, in my email, in my chat, I will end my sentence with the word ka. And if I talk to my friend from Malaysia or from Indonesia, I think they understand. But one time, it's my first time, I was asked from my president to contact the officer from Wakayama University in Japan. And the first time that I wrote my email to her, I say, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, ka. But when I come back, I already used the word ka. And then I wonder she will understand me or not. What does the word ka mean? So this is about the things that I always do it. Okay, ka. Let's move back to my sister, ka, Shafinah.
Okay, thank you, Ka. Now everyone is probably drooling. Hungry.
Hungry.
Okay, we change topic now. We go to talking about clothes. Okay, we go to talking about clothes. Sorry. Okay. Now, traditional clothes in Malaysia comprises of the baju kurung. There's many versions of baju kurung as well. From Kedah, it's a different type of baju kurung, Kelantan, Terengganu, or including baju Melayu. This is baju Melayu. This is baju kurung. Baju means clothes. Kurung is the cutting of the clothes, yeah, right? So this is our traditional wear, our traditional attire. This is even more specific to the culture. You have here the ethnic groups wearing their own traditional costume, yeah. But besides these traditional clothes, now in Malaysia, we also embrace new types of clothes. So apart from having these baju kurung worn at our festivals and events and whatnot, we also wear other clothes. For example, jubah. Jubah is a long dress like this one here, jubah, right? Jubah. It is from the Middle East, I guess. I'm not so sure, but anyhow, it is typically it should have been dark black, worn in many countries in the Middle East, and the jubah for the male are usually in pastel colors. But due to the fashion demand in Malaysia, you would have jubah in various colors. It's common. It's common to wear jubah in various colors, like the female wearing all kinds of colors here, even the males. We have embraced wearing jubah. So you have Malaysians, or particularly Malays, wearing jubah during Hari Raya. Hari Raya is one of the Muslim festival during Hari Raya. So it's nothing wrong, it's just that fashion. It's the trend now. So apart from wearing these traditional clothes, they now wear jubah. Then there's the other type of cloth, kurta. For what I know, kurta is collarless, right? Right, Anna Bawani, is it? It's
Yes,
cordially, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
But when
Madam
I
Shafinah.
Thank you. But when I searched the internet, what for pictures of kurta, right? I was surprised to have kurta with collars like this.
But nowadays it does come with collar.
Yeah,
The
it's
collars,
fashion, right? Fashion. How we have embraced each other's culture, and it has affected the way we dress up as well. Yeah, kurta, which is not only worn by Indians, but also worn by Malays as well. And sometimes you can find Chinese as well wearing kurta. Yeah, and if you search kurta on Google, my God, there's so many versions of kurta, right? From Myanmar kurta. This is a screenshot, yeah, so I can't zoom. Myanmar kurta, you have the Raihan kurta, all kinds of kurta. Also worn, available in Malaysia. Available in Malaysia, see, .com.my. These are the ones sold on online shopping websites. They're sold. So how we have evolved in terms of traditional attire as well. Otherwise, before this, when I was growing up, it has always been baju Melayu, baju kurung. That's it. And sometimes we wear the kebaya or the songket. This is the kebaya in songket. Songket is the material, yeah, right? But now, as I grow older, as things have changed, evolution of everything, right? We have all kinds of fashion available to us. So this is the current trend at the moment. From wearing baju kurung, we now wear jubah, we now wear kurta, and the rest. So this is actually could be due to the communication platform, because then we had fashion magazine, which is periodical. It is being published like every 6 months, every 1 year, 3 months. Usually it's 6 months, right? Or maybe monthly, right? And it does not reach the entire country. Previously, maybe it was expensive, so it doesn't reach to those who can't afford to buy magazines, right? But now we have the social media. We have the social media like Instagram. This one is Vivi Yusuf, the fashion conglomerate, Fashion Valley. Yeah, Vivi Yusuf on Instagram. Now we have the social media. The social media, the reachability is far bigger, wider, because now everyone has a smartphone. Everyone has a smartphone. So a smartphone is a mobile phone that enables internet. Yeah, you can use search internet. So everyone can get information almost instantaneously. As compared to previously, it's like periodical, 6 months, every 6 months, every month, and you have to buy. And it's expensive because of the color, the type of paper. You want to show the color, the design. Definitely it has to be printed on a special kind of paper with special kind of ink, right? But now with technology, with the social media, everything can be shared almost instantaneously. What you're wearing this time today, what you're doing right now, you're sharing on your social media account, and that makes us change or embrace all these fashion. So we do have our traditional clothes. We do wear them. We do, in fact, in certain occasions, when you receive an invitation, you would have to look at if there is a rule for what to wear, and if there is a rule of what to wear, then you have to follow what is it that you're supposed to wear. But if there is no rule or no dress code, then you can come up with all kinds of attire as long as it is appropriate for the occasion, right? So majority would come in all kinds of fashion. Yeah. Okay, Ka, it's your turn.
Thank you,ค่ะ. Okay, it's my turn to talk about Thai closets.
Yeah, Thai clothes.
Yes. So actually, we also have like Thai traditional closet, and for Thai traditional closet. So what happened with my tongue? So we have various. So, you know, I'm concerned about the copyright, so I use my photos. Actually, I would like to show you so how we can dress our Thai clothes, Thai traditional clothes. But normally, we don't wear it in our daily life. But when we wear it on like special occasion. For example, for like and special event to commemorate like our king in the past. For example, in Lopburi, in my country, every year in February we will have King Narai Festival. King Narai Festival. King Narai is the name, is Narai is the name of our king in Ayutthaya period. So during the festival, it takes about like 7 days, 7 nights. So people in our city, not only in our city, but in our country, in Thailand, will join the festival, will visit the festival, and they will know automatically that they have to wear Thai traditional clothes. Okay, if you see the picture on your right hand, okay, on your right hand, this is me and my niece. So we visited this festival and we wear Thai traditional clothes. Okay, and this one, the picture on your left hand side, you will see that. Okay, this is me again, and the man next to me is my friend. We were MCs on how to say Ayutthaya Heritage Festival in Ayutthaya province. So again, in that festival or in that fair, the people who want to visit the festival are invited to wear Thai traditional clothes. So normally, as I told you at the beginning, that we don't wear it in our daily life. So we wear it in our like special occasion, special event. But for our Thai government, they try to like persuade Thai people to wear Thai traditional clothes. But you know, it's quite difficult nowadays because the weather, it makes us like, how can I wear this to work? So the version we will like less than this, just a little bit thing, we can wear this one. We call it Junkaben. On the photo on your right hand, the one that I wear, it's called Junkaben. Okay, here we call it Junkaben, this one. Okay, on your left hand side, the red one, we call it Junkaben. We can wear the Junkaben with like the shirt that a little bit like more modern, Thai modern, not the full version with the like this one. Okay, and next, the green skirt, the green long skirt. Okay, we call it sim. Thai word, we call it sim. So this one is like for Thai traditional clothes as well. And the red one here, okay, on the upper top, we call it sabai. Okay, so maybe if, you might ever see this one before, because we can see this from the video from YouTube. Like we many people like would like to share our Thai traditional clothes. And this one we call Chut Thai. Chut means dress. Chut means dress. Okay, Chut Thai will be like this. And this is our Queen's Likit design, Chut Thai in 1964 to be the Thailand traditional costume. For the men, they will do like this, but you see the difference. In the past, we will like use like this, pakama. So when I visited Malaysia, I have seen one like this, pakama. You also have this one, right? But for the like formal event, formal occasion, so the man will wear like this with the full version. We call Parat Chatan. This is how we call our Thai traditional clothes. But normally, you know, the influence from the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, IG, right? It make our fashion it's male fashion like change from before. So some Thai teenager, they love like K-pop, so they try to like dress themselves like K-pop superstar, something like that. And also if they love like American like singer or superstar, so they also like try to like wear themselves like the American people, something like that. So this is the change in our like our custom in Thailand, our custom in Thailand, about the clothes. So there will be change. There will be change time to time. But I believe that if the time has been changed, many years that have been passed, I believe that our traditional will be the same, will be staying, because we try to keep it, we try to collect it, and we also like try to encourage our young children to wear these Thai traditional clothes in like special events. So this is I would like to share about the our Thai traditional clothes, and a little bit thing that I would like you to know when you come to Thailand. So the thing that you should concern. So normally when we visit other people's house, or even though when the student visit teachers of it, normally they have to take off their shoes before enter the teacher of it, or even though when they enter the house. When we visit the museum, we have to take off our shoe. So normally like many places in Thailand, especially for like highly respected areas, so we have to take off our shoes before we enter that place. And for the lunchtime, so before we like we complete our presentation, I have to prepare things a lot with my sister Shafinah. And so normally I will ask my sister Shafinah to have a small talk during my lunchtime. But my lunchtime in Thailand, we have the lunchtime break at noon to 1 p.m. But my sister Safina said that in Malaysia you have your break time, your lunch time at 1 to 2 p.m. right? So this is a little bit thing that might be like different. When my friend from Malaysia visit my university normally, so we will prepare our lunch break at about like 11:30. So I believe that it might be very early for you. It might be very early for you, okay, to have lunch at 11:30, okay. And when we point, for example, excuse me, where is Ajahn Wunwisa? She is over there. No, we don't use our index finger to point at other people. But how we can do that? We like open our palm, do like this. She is over there, like this. Okay, she's over there. But we can use like our index finger to point at things. For the things, it's okay for the things, but not for the people, because it show like it's not polite. It's not polite to do that. Okay, so don't. But when I visit Malaysia, I learned that you use like this, right? So I also do this when I visit Malaysia. And in Thailand, we have like a lot of festival. But the things I would like to show you here today is Songkran Festival. Songkran Festival is in hot season in April, every year in April. So we will go out and pay homage to the Buddha image, and it will be the long holiday in Thailand. It's about like 4 or 5 days, or maybe we can like take more leave. It can take like about like 7 days, something like that. And Thai people will visit their relatives. If they work in another city, they will come back to their family, to their home, and to greet and meet their family. And also we go out and spread water, like because in April in Thailand it's very hot. So I believe that it will be the thing that to lessen your heat in your body. And the next one is in Thailand we call Roi Krat Thong. This one here that has been decorated by the flower, we call it Krat Thong. We call it Krathong. And but you might know this name as like floating festival, right? It's the same thing as Loi Krathong. So normally this festival will be like in November. Why we have to do this? It's not only for like any beauty. It's not for only the beauty, but it's the idea, is the how to say, is the wisdom idea is about like we need Thai people to pay respect, to remember the useness of the liver, of the water. So every day you use liver, and every day you use water, and sometimes you like dispose thing on the liver, in the canal, and make like it's dirty. So it's like the day that we like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm do that, to pay respect, to pay homage. So it's about our religion belief. But it's like maybe it's maybe very beautiful, very like spectacular for foreigners when they visit Thailand during that festival. So this is about the thing that I would like you to know about like Thailand. But we have things more than this. So if you have a chance to visit Thailand, I am very happy to be your tour guide to like visit Lopburi and our neighbor city, which is Ayutthaya. So that's is the end of my part.
Okay, Ka, we have come to the last part of the presentation, right? So let me show the slide. Okay. So basically, what we have shared with you today is a glimpse of the culture in Malaysia and Thailand, and how it has evolved, and how it is also a form of intercultural communication. And all this has changed tremendously due to this current trend, the social media, because this communication platform has enabled information to travel faster, to reach wider group of people almost instantaneously, and it makes everyone around the world to embrace other people's culture fast. Yeah. So like we were in Malaysia, we are very the users are Malaysian users prefer Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. As compared to Thailand, it's more of Line, yeah, Ka? Is it? You mentioned the other
Line.
day.
Yes,
Yeah,
Line.
Line.
Yes.
So whatever the platform is, it just allows or enables us to learn and embrace different cultures. And we hope that this sharing session today gives you some idea or a glimpse of Thailand and Malaysia. And when we want to learn, when we want to improve our communication, sometimes attending these kind of sessions is opens your eyes to another aspect which you might hopefully have never thought of before. Yeah, Ka? Yeah. Any last words from you, Ajahn Ka, Ajahn Wunwisa?
Okay.
To sum up, yeah.
Yes. Also, so as my sister Shafinah said that, so because our world is open right now, so we have to learn. We have to learn their culture. We have to learn what they are thinking about. So it's a new idea that we have like the session platform like this. So even though it's just only a little bit thing, but it's a great chance that we can come and share together. And so if you have seen that, for my presentation, it might be like just only a little bit thing. Just a little bit thing. But if you have like a chance, so I am welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to visit my university.
Yes. Yeah. I guess that sums up everything. Of course, we welcome, like Ajahn Wunwisa mentioned, if you are not local, you're from Indonesia, Thailand, wherever you are, we hope that this session would give you some idea of what Malaysia and Thailand is, and we are we would be so glad to welcome you to our country. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Khop khun ka.
Right. Thank you so much, Madam Shafinah and Madam Wunwisa. I think for a while, most of us had, made a trip to Thailand, virtually. So Mr. Kamarul is also ready to go to Lopburi.
Let me inform you one thing. TIU is going to organize an IACE, International Academic and Cultural Exchange, in at the end of August, and then we are going to do the invitation letter to our partner university to join the event. So that will be like international conference, English speed contest, the activity that you used to join us before COVID-19. So, but this year we are going to do it on site.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Wunwisa. I think Madam Shafinah will, maybe later give us the detail about the conference.
Yes, of course.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. So now we have the question and answer session. Pak Imam, do you still have any? Pak Imam, do you want to ask anything, Pak Imam? Or maybe he has accidentally clicked the button, the raise a hand. Okay. We also have Dr. Angeline with us. Dr. Angeline?
Hi.
Yeah. Do go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to, this was a thought that was running in my head, and I just wanted to share this. Puan Shafinah, she was talking about, the various communication modes, and due to age, due to countries, due to cultures, and so forth. I also was thinking about the various different past experiences that each of us bring with us. That this could also be an area, because each of us comes with a different past experience. Someone maybe who grew up with the extended family as opposed to someone who did not, or someone who grew up in very happy surroundings as opposed to someone who never had a home. So I think past experiences also could be an area to explore in terms of intercultural communication. That was one of the things that I struck my mind. And the other thing was, we are very much family. So everybody's kaka and abang and so forth. It's just that sometimes in a very formal setting, someone calls you ka ng or ka this or what. It may be a little awkward. It may be a little awkward, as opposed to an informal situation where we're in the office and, sembang along the corridors, But there you are in a formal, very formal gathering, and you call someone Kak Shafinah, Kak this, Kak that. I'm not so sure. I'm just putting it to the audience. I'm not saying that it's good, it's not good, I'm just saying, And the third thing was, in our local context, a lot of people are very particular that they should be called a professor, an associate professor, a doctor, and so forth. I honestly feel that it isn't important, but this is another thing about Asian culture. They're very particular. They expect to be called like that. And I find it very awkward actually when I'm addressed with my full title. So I'm just sharing my thoughts there. Thank you.
Yes, Dr.
Right.
Angeline.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Dr. Angeline.
you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Do we have any more questions from our listeners today or viewers? Do raise your hand. And we have one in the chat box, Madam Shafinah. Any situation that foods are used to communicate feeling?
Any situation that foods are used to communicate feeling? Let me think about it. Food to communicate feeling. Well, so do you mean that if I order tom yum and it's spicy, then I'm in an angry mood?
So let me
Ajak.
share let me share my experience in Thailand. For example, normally when I feel sick, so I don't want to eat anything about spicy. So normally we have like just only like boiled rice, something like that. So I think the food also like express our feeling on that day too. So yes, I agree with this question. I agree with this question. Yes.
Yeah. So when you're feeling under the weather, you wouldn't be taking
Yes,
all
I
these
don't
tom
want to.
yum. You'll just take the comfort food, the roti bakar, or the
Chicken soup.
chicken
Uh,
soup. Yeah.
Or also during Hantarans, you send things that are sweet because it's a happy occasion.
Yeah, festive.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
True.
like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, we also have, a question from Katie. Can I know more about education culture in Thailand?
Yeah. That's great.
education
Visit.
culture in what aspect? So it's like so in Thailand, so we the children have to study until how to say secondary school. It's a must for the secondary school in Thailand. And what about the culture, education culture? Can you describe more about the question, please?
Madam Katie, can you elaborate a bit on the question, please?
Okay, could you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
can.
clear. Okay, I was just wanting to know how is the culture for expatriates, especially. Should we want to educate our children in Thailand, assuming we are in Thailand and we want to educate our kids in Thailand? So how is the culture? Is there like in Malaysia we have uniforms, we have textbooks. So
Okay.
how is that? Or until is it a fixed education system like in Malaysia that from age 7 right up to 12 you have your primary and then you move on to secondary, then you go on to tertiary, or is there any merit system you can jump, or just I mean nothing so formal, but just how is that part of the culture in Thailand?
Okay, so it's quite the same in Malaysia. So we have primary school and then secondary school, high school, and it depends on the student if they want to go to university or they can pursue their study in like vocational college, something like that. And when they go to school, they have to wear uniform. In Thailand, we have uniform. But there are also the issue nowadays for Thai teenagers. They would love to wear casual anything to school to university. Okay, so but anyway they have to wear like uniform to school or to university. And in some university in Thailand, for example, like Thepsatri University in Bangkok, the student can like wear anything. I mean, like for the polite one, the proper one, appropriate one to the class, to the university, so they don't need to wear uniform. But in my university, in Thepsatri Rajabhat University, the students have to wear university, and they have to like bring their books. Bring their books. We still have books in our class, and it's okay if the student use the tablet or smartphone. If they don't use like any books, it's okay. It depends on them for the university level. If they don't have book, it's fine because they use iPad. It's fine.
All right, thank you. Mr. Shazwan, earlier on you had a question, so would you like to proceed, Mr. Shazwan? Okay, can't hear anything from Mr. Shazwan. So, any other questions? Like, Madam
In
Shafinah, so
Facebook.
far,
question in Facebook, right?
Facebook.
YouTube, I don't see any.
No, I just checked just now. So none. Facebook, we don't have.
Actually, the title today, Intercultural Communication, is very big. And like we mentioned from the beginning, we are not expert in intercultural communication. We don't even lecture about it. It's more of sharing our experiences and what we have seen and experienced, and just a glimpse of what we have done. Like, because the social media, like today, you are all able to listen to the presentation and well, even though we did dislike the pandemic, we were mad at COVID, but it has some advantage where you learn a lot more online. You can go places online and pick up a lot of things as compared to previously when we had face-to-face. UiTM Kedah and TRU, we often have intercultural programs, yeah, Wunwisa, intercultural programs where students come over to UiTM and go
Yes.
to Thepsatri Rajabhat. We exchange, we do programs, intercultural programs. They stay for 1 month. We do summer camps. So those were the days where we were able to learn and practice intercultural communication. Now, yeah, online is also a good platform to learn.
Yes.
I guess there's no other question. Bawani, are there any more?
So far, there's none. We don't have any questions in YouTube as well as Facebook. And also here in the chat box also there are no questions. So would you like to say anything else before we end the webinar, Madam Shafinah and Madam Wunwisa?
Yeah, Ajahn Wunwisa, maybe you go first.
I have to say thank you for having me in this very special occasion, and you give me just a great opportunity to share my experiences. So as I told at the beginning of the presentation that I'm not the one who expert in cross-cultural or intercultural communication. So I'm just the native person to share my experiences when we have like a chance to communicate both verbal and non-verbal language with our friends from other countries. So it is a great part, great like opportunity for me that can I meet all of you. And thank you so much everyone for your time that you appreciate, that you taking your time to my presentation. I'm very appreciated. Thank you so much.
All right. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for making, taking the time and being here with us today. Very insightful session, Madam Shafinah. And we would like to, on behalf of the language department, I would like to thank Madam Wunwisa, for sharing many things, about Thailand, the culture, and so on. So it does create awareness for us who are still new and who want to know more, right? So I think we end our session today. So thank you once again. Have a good weekend, everyone, because Kedah is already weekend tomorrow. Okay. So wishing everyone a pleasant and a safe weekend. Thank you once again, Madam Shafinah and Madam Wunwisa from Thepsatri Rajabhat University, and all our friends who are here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
hope to see you
Bawani.
next
Thank you,
time.
everyone. Thank you to all the guests.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to take pictures. Can you? I forgot. Oh, please switch on the camera. Dr. Asya, thank you for being here.
We have friends near and far, old friends, new
I'm
friends.
so sorry. I think
faces.
along with age comes memory, like it tend to. But Imam, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So, all right. 1, 2, smile. Okay. So maybe another photo, please. Another.
Okay.
Okay. One more. Let me get everyone in the screen. Okay. There are some cameras still has been switched off, so. Okay, 1, 2, smile. All right, another one. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. So,
Okay.
yeah, have a good and safe weekend.
Thank you. Terima
Thank
kasih.
you. Thank you.